Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf, and I'm here with Jesse Dayton.
This is Jesse Dayton, and you're watching Center Stage Magazine.
Oh, you're awesome. All right, you have got a busy schedule. We are here in Huntington Beach, and I'm so lucky. I get to be in his RV. This is rad. You guys have been taking it around, accommodating your busy schedule. Tell us what it's been like for you.
Well, we're on a crazy tour right now. We're doing, I think we started a month ago. We're doing like 71 shows in 3 months.
Wow, that's a lot of shows.
So it's a lot of shows. We're doing, West Coast, Midwest, East Coast. And every morning it seems like we're just getting good news from the record and the tour. And we just found out this morning that we're playing the Beacon Theater in New York with Blackberry Smoke.
Nice, nice. That's awesome.
So we're pretty stoked. We played last night in Long Beach. We're on our way to San Diego now.
Very cool.
All the shows have been great. That's
awesome. Now, you have such an amazing voice, and you have so many different styles. I was listening to your CD. Tell everybody about your CD, by the way. The name is The Revealer?
The Revealer, yeah. It's it's the first record I made in a few years. I kind of went away for a little while and went and made some movies. I did like 3 films with Rob Zombie, and then I did my own film that I wrote and directed that starred Malcolm McDowell, who people know from Clockwork Orange, and he was in The Artist. He's been in a bunch of stuff, but so I've been kind of stockpiling songs, and I couldn't wait to just get back out on tour and with my band, with the and just get out on the road with the boys.
Absolutely. And I imagine that every live show you do is full of fans that are just crazy and eating it up because your influences and the sounds that come out from your music, you just have so many incredible.
Yeah, it's a really eclectic sound we have. We get all kinds of people. We get people who are into country music. We get punk rockers. We get old hippie rockers. We get college kids. I mean, and when I tell it's a marketing person's nightmare because they're like, oh my God, what do we do?
They don't know what genre to put you in.
Yeah, they don't. They have no idea where to put us. But our sound is a hybrid sound. It's a kind of a fusion of old country honky tonk and blues music, and kind of there's a little southern rock in there. And there's this kind of punk delivery that we have because we all love the Clash and X and bands like that, but we never, like, I never belonged to a group. I was never into that. I mean, I was never a rockabilly kid or a straight country kid. I mean, I grew up like outside of East Texas, like super rural. A lot of country people. Yes. and George Jones is, he's probably my favorite singer, and I love all that stuff, but that's all been done, so it's important that we kind of put our own spin on it.
And you do it really well. I have to say, Daddy's a Badass. That song, oh my God, I love that song. You guys have to check that out. It's so much fun. The lyrics in that just made me laugh. I was like, oh gosh, this is such a great song. And
thanks.
Then I hear some Jerry Lee Lewis in you, and I hear Johnny Cash in you, and I know that you have an experience working with some of the great country artists that we've all known and loved. Can you tell us a little bit about that too? Well,
it all started in like the mid-90s. I was really young, and this publicist named Evelyn Shriver in Nashville, she got me on this show called Crook and Chase, and it was like this kind of super mainstream Nashville show, and I stuck out like a sore thumb. and Chris Christopherson happened to be on the show, so me and Chris ended up really clicking, and we hung out and partied that night and had a great night. And then the next day I was leaving, going back to Austin, and Waylon Jennings called me at my hotel and said, look, we were all watching, all the Highwaymen were watching Chris, and he said, I cut my finger last night cooking dinner with Jesse Coulter. Would you want to come down and play guitar for me?
Oh, wow.
So I went, first I asked him if it was really Waylon. He started laughing. And then I realized it was, so I just packed all my stuff, got in a cab, and instead of going to the airport, I went to Woodland Studios, and I knocked on the door, and Johnny Cash opened the door. And he goes, "Are you going to stand there with your mouth open, or are you going to come here and play guitar?" So for all the viewers out there, if they want to see this, you can Google Jesse Dayton, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, and that they actually had a film crew there that first day. So the first day that I met all those guys, it's all on film, and you'll see me. I can't even shave. I look super young, and I was a good little guitar picker, but I kept my mouth shut. And
wow, that's great.
And yeah, it was great.
That's an incredible experience to have, but to have those influences and carry it through to the music that you do and put your own style on it. I mean, you're growing fans left and right. And, you know, it's really fun to hear. When I was listening to your music, I was like, wow, we don't hear enough of that. You know, we don't hear enough of that anymore. And no offense to anybody who loves and listens to bro country all the time, but the fans that love and miss the good classic country music, it's like you've got such a good mix in your CD that it's just addicting. I think people should do what comes natural to them. I'm not here to to dog out anybody else. I mean, I've never been like that. I feel like it's either your cup of tea or it's not. And you know what? It's okay to like us and like new country. Absolutely. You can. That's the thing with the media is they really try to paint everybody in this box, And there doesn't need to be.
And you don't have to be like that, It's the same thing with politics. I'm liberal about social issues, and I'm conservative about. I like my guns.
Yes.
I'm a Texan.
Right.
So. It's okay,
well,
and there's a place for everybody if you're really good.
Right.
Because there's.
Yes, we know.
Because you got to be good.
You do have to be good.
And you got to put your 10,000 hours in.
Yes.
And you got to put, I mean, for me, it's been a long haul because we never, approached it from like, okay, let's go to Nashville, get a record deal, and try to get a single on the radio. It was always about building a cult following that radio or record companies or no one could ever take away from us.
Absolutely.
And so now we have that. We go out and play. I mean, and it's awesome because that way you can be honest with you and your fans.
And I think that's what is so addicting too is hearing your CD, hearing you go from sound to sound. It really is that, because so many of us, we like this music and that music. And that's why I said no offense to the bro country, because we hear it all the time at the magazine. You have fans that are angry about it. And then you have fans that are angry about, well, why don't you want the change? And it's like, embrace everything. There's always going to be change. There's always going to be
Nashville has always, in everywhere, LA, New York, London, they've always been about making money. It's never been, they're never going to develop somebody so they can become this flourishing artist. You have to do that yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Patsy Cline didn't want to play ballads with strings on it. She wanted to sing hillbilly music. But those ballads with strings on it sold millions of records. So it's never really changed. It's always been like that. And I'm kind of defensive about people who don't live in Nashville who kind of dog it out, because Nashville's an amazing city.
It is.
And you have to understand it for what it is. And Willie Nelson, who's the king of Texas and probably one of the greatest living songwriters, him and Christopherson, they all lived in Nashville. So people need to get their history right. Nashville's amazing. I love it.
And Nashville is amazing.
I'm an Austin, Texas guy. I'm not going to move to Nashville, but I got a lot of friends in Nashville.
I am moving to Nashville because it is that amazing. And,
good for you.
I can't wait. But it's one of those towns. Have you found that it's like the biggest and smallest world at the same time when you're in Nashville?
Yeah.
Like you run into
somebody.
Big
little town.
Yeah, it is. It is the biggest small town ever that I've ever come across, and everybody there is just so damn welcoming and nice.
Yeah.
And
well, it's the South, so people are
lifting
genuine. Each other up. They're super sweet. And like I said, I have a lot of fond memories, and some of my best buddies live there. So hopefully when you get there, you guys will cover some more music like this too.
Absolutely. No, we cover everything. We love it, but we especially loved your sound. And I just, when I was listening to it yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, this is just me personally what I've been needing to hear.
Yeah.
And it did, and it brings back so many of those memories. And I cannot for the life of me remember the name, but there's this one song that just straight up reminds me of Jerry Lee Lewis, and I was like,
Holy Ghost Rock and Roll.
Yes. See, you guys.
Yeah, that's a true story. That's a true story. It's I grew up like right by Louisiana, near in Texas, and there's a lot of old Pentecostal families there, and there's this tent revival preacher who used to see me at the Piggly Wiggly grocery store. And he would see me and he goes, I know you're into rock and roll. You need to be a Holy Ghost rock and roller. And he would always creep me out, because I was never going to do that. You know what I mean? I was trying to get out of there so I could get on the road and do what I'm doing now.
Right,
I knew that. Right. I knew I wanted to do this when I was like 8.
See, that's awesome.
And so, but I wrote that song about it because it's just kind of about the absurdity of, some guy who's from, a town as small as Vidor, Texas, thinks he has an inside link to the whole universe,
Right.
It's like, I'm pretty sure it's not you, buddy, okay,
That's
so
awesome.
it was so yeah, it's got that Jerry Lee Lewis thing, and Jerry Lee Lewis is from Faraday, Louisiana, which isn't too far from where we grew up. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
All right, well, tell everybody where they can find you and where they can get your latest CD.
Well, you want to go to jessedayton.com. That's where all the shenanigans are happening.
We love shenanigans.
Yeah, and we have these vans of ours, and we call them hard chargers.
Oh, nice.
Which is an old Marine term. Or just refers to someone who's like a little bit off their rocker. Who, like if
I might kind of qualify for that.
Yeah. Like when you can't find anybody to run into the burning building, you get the hard charger.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and you can find us on Facebook, Jesse Dayton Facebook page, Hard Charger page is another one.
How fun.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's cool, and if you come to our shows, I mean, it's real, man. It's not like we don't have any gimmicks. Like, it's just us shredding on our instruments, putting on a killer show. We leave our hearts on the stage every night.
Awesome.
And
we'll be bringing that to you guys too, because in November we will be catching him live at one of his performances in Nashville, right?
Yeah. Yeah, what's that place called? The High Watt, or
yeah,
the High Watt?
You got it.
Yeah, I haven't played there yet. I hear it's super cool. But
I haven't been there yet either. I don't get to go for a while, but
but you guys should come out. Just find one of our dates. We're on tour till like December, till the end of time. We're on tour forever.
There you go. Awesome.
So we go home just long enough to where our families won't be totally outraged.
Right.
And then we do something really nice for them, and then we get on a plane. So, yeah, then we're gone again.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time, for letting us into your awesome motorhome. I love this.
Yeah, man. This is like, it's paid for.
This is great.
We don't have any, record executives jacking up a huge daily fee for us.
Right?
So, yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, we do it on our own. We're DIY, man. All the way.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, you heard him. You know where to find him. Check him out. Until next time. See ya.
See you guys.